ever since I got my silver S197 here, I've always thought that this stock little bitty GT spoiler looked puny and didn't really do anything. You can't see anything, no crazy body lines or anything like that. Really doesn't accentuate the rear of the car like I want it to. And in today's video, I'm going to be fixing that for fairly cheap, honestly, for nothing too crazy. And that is going to be installing a GT500 style rear spoiler. We're going to be paint matching it and all that stuff. Going to be doing it for a fairly decent budget, honestly, because this car has 130,000 miles. It doesn't need to look like a show car. So we're going to be fixing this thing up real well with a new GT500 style spoiler from MP Concepts. So let's get into it.
1, 2, 3!
Now, if I come over here to my other S197 here, you'll see what I'm talking about. This car has an OEM GT500 spoiler on the back here. This one is a real Ford one, I have verified. And you can see just how much more it shows off that rear deck lid. The whole rear of the car is just a lot bigger and more accentuated out. Really shows off the S197 look there. And so I'm going to be trying to duplicate what I feel this car does on that car with the new spoiler. And like I said, this is OEM. This one's going to be MP Concepts. I'm not making a show car. That car's probably going to end up being a race car eventually. So, you know, I got to, it just got to look a little bit better. I got to get rid of that front grille. But yeah, let's get inside right fast and go ahead and start painting, prepping, and doing everything to go ahead and paint this rear spoiler and get it on the car. Like I said, nothing absolutely special at all about the painting here. I have to go pick up another can of this, but this is what we're using for the paint. It is literally just AutoZone Duplicolor and the Ingot Silver UX there. And then we got the clear coat, just the same thing, Duplicolor clear. We're gonna go ahead and get that ready to go. But currently Sean is mocking up and about to get rear-ended by an F-150, the wing right there. So like I said, this is just an MP Concept spoiler, nothing too crazy. Honestly, does look pretty good. The only thing that really is big and different is this thing here is actually conjoined, so it is with the main part of the spoiler versus the OEM seems to be a separate piece. And then on the back side here, you can see the mounting hardware and everything like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and mask that off so it does look somewhat OEM. So we're gonna mask that off. Sean has already started wet sanding and doing all that stuff to get this smooth and ready for the paint to be able to lay down on it. So yeah, I'm just gonna go pick up another can of paint. He's gonna get this spoiler more situated. And yeah, I'll see you when everything is ready. The paint guy has got the paint and he actually has got everything masked off. So we're gonna go ahead and get this done. Raven's gonna help us. Tammy here is gonna yell at us and we're gonna paint this thing. Alrighty, so we got the first layer and everything all done on the paint on the wing. As you can see, it does look very liney, but I think that's just where it's drying up. Other than that, if you get up close and look at it, it looks pretty good overall wise there. Not a real big issue. Like I said, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but we do have more paint to hit it with another coat, and then we also have clear to do. So that's the big thing there. Sean did a pretty good job, no hate. So I think it's gonna turn out pretty well. Coming along, everything's looking all right. So we'll see tomorrow morning once everything dries up how it's looking, and if we have to hit it with another coat, we can. But yeah, so we'll see you when we decide what we're gonna do with the paint from here. Alrighty, so we're back for day 2, trying to get the GT500 spoiler on and painted. And as you can see, it did streak up a little bit, so we're gonna have to hit it with a second coat. So right now we're just wiping it down with some ISO, getting everything cleaned up, and then getting everything re-prepped to go ahead and start with a second coat of this Ingot Silver. Alrighty, so in the last clip you saw, we were painting the spoiler. And I'm gonna be 100% honest, that did not work out. Why did you just steal my screwdriver? Anyways, that did not work out. We were painting it and the spoiler dropped because we were holding it with clothes hangers. And when it dropped, it didn't look very good. So I said, screw it, and paid a professional to go ahead and paint the spoiler. I know, I'm a fraud. Anyways, let me show you what it looks like. All right, so as you could probably see down here, it is looking pretty good. We got it pretty dialed in. Even the paint lines down there make it look like it's an OEM, not an MP Concepts. And so we got to go ahead and get this trunk lining popped up. That way we can go ahead and swap on to that spoiler. Brandon, you ready?
What?
Brandon wants me to film him actually doing work on my car because in the next videos you're going to see he doesn't do any work on his own and I have to do all the work. So he's actually making me forcibly film him working on my car against my will. So yeah, he's taking that my old spoiler off. Maybe, and he might get it by the end of this week. Not gonna lie to y'all guys, that might have been the absolute worst spoiler pull off I've ever done in my life. Definitely didn't break the end of that. This is not going to go well either.
Died.
Boys, he's actually performing work right now. It's crazy. This man doesn't even work at his job, let alone ever on his own car. This man's working on my stuff for me now. I'm high living right now. All right, now that it is actually officially dark, we got everything all cleaned up, and I got the 3M tape put on the spoiler over here. As you can see, it's looking pretty good. We got it all lined up and everything came with the kit. So I'm gonna go ahead and test fit it and go ahead and get the bolts in, and then I'm just gonna pull the tape off, stick it down for good, and I'll show you probably when it's daylight outside now how it's gonna look. You got LS Swap Miata money? Okay, so it's not exactly perfect daylight outside, but you can see a lot better than at night, and you can already see from the 3/4 here, it looks fantastic. So let me show you. So as you can see, we got it all installed on the car, minus it being dirty. Need my boy Brandon to give me a detail, the official detailer of 252 Squad. And we got the spoiler on. It does look so much better, especially from the rear. It makes it look so much more aggressive. You can kind of see the S650 there. See how this is doing. It just works on these cars, man. The GT500 spoiler is by far my favorite spoiler for these things. I used to like the GTCS the most, but I've recently transitioned to just kind of liking the duckbills, this sleek look to me. It just looks so good. And honestly, it is really helping round off the rear of this car. The only thing it really needs is some quad tips, but I don't know if that's in the budget anytime soon because I might be getting rid of this thing eventually. Now, in the beginning, I did say that this was kind of a budget thing to do. And honestly, for me, it somewhat was. But in the long run, it did end up costing quite a bit of money simply because I paid for original paint that we ruined and then paid the professional fee of painting it. And then, anyways, it ended up costing me in total about $600 to do this spoiler, which hurt the bank account a lot for something that I was expecting to cost me maybe 200 bucks. And I luckily got this spoiler through Modify Mustang through a raffle that he does. And so I won this thing free of charge. So I paid like $30 to get in on a raffle and I won that. And I actually also won other things. So really didn't go too bad, but in total, it wasn't as budget as I wanted it to be, but it still looks great on the back of the car. And I still think it was definitely well worth every penny. Really cleaned this thing up and made it not look like a stock S197 at Mustang Week, which was a big thing and big success to me. And honestly, I'm really liking the way this car is looking, minus the front grille. I still need to get rid of that RTR style grille. So if you got a stock grille and you want to trade for an RTR style, hit me up in the comments section down below. But now I got to unfortunately get off these niche wheels right fast because might have broken a belt in a Amazon Lexani tire. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and pick it up, put it inside, and put it on some track pack wheels and see what she looks like. So we got the wheels all swapped on. I will have to say, I still think I like the 20s much better. The fitment is just better, but these OE track pack wheels do look really, really good on the car. The silver is popping in this light right now, even though it needs to be washed. Brandon hit me up for a detail. But anyways, it looks good. GT500 spoilers looking good. LEDs are looking good. Shaped deckler looks good. All of it just wraps in nicely. It is a nice, subtle daily driver, and I'm really liking the aesthetics, the way this car looks. So I just got done taking this thing on a trip to Richmond and Virginia back, and now we're in the old stomping grounds. And honestly, driving on it with the new spoiler, man, it definitely draws a lot more attention than it did on the factory little GT wing. And honestly, I just think it looks so good. I just think it really cleans up the car from this angle, seeing the big GT500 wing back here. It solidified it for me that this is the best spoiler for like the 2010 to 14 Mustangs. Like you can argue with the wall. I think the GT500 just absolutely looks the best. Rounds out the aggressiveness of the rear of these cars. They just look so much better now with all of this together. This car is starting to look really, really good overall wise. I do think I want to lower the rear more. I do have 4 performance springs in the rear and iBox in the front. I think I want to go with the iBox in the rear because on the 19s, it definitely is showing how big of a difference. I think this is like 1.25. It's like 1.5 or 1 3/4, and you're definitely seeing it. And it has a wheel gap in the back. The track back wheels look good, but these aren't in great condition. They got good tires on them. Wheels aren't in great condition. Tires are in great condition. So, yeah, I got a few things I still want to do to it, but who knows the future of this car? Comment down below what I should do with it, if I should continue modifying it to make it look good, or if I should leave it alone and focus on maybe something else. But overall, guys, that's going to be it for today's video, working on the GT500 spoiler, getting it painted and installed on the S197. Like I said, by far my favorite spoiler. I love this thing a lot, really rounding out the look of this car. So if you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I hope you'll have a great rest of y'all's day. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.